We were born on a beautiful planet, but in our quest to make our lives more comfortable, we're slowly destroying it. Politicians have finally agreed that we must stop man-made climate change and cut carbon emissions. And in order to avoid a potential chain reaction of disasters, we must keep temperatures within 2 degrees of historic averages. But recent figures show that we're already close to that limit. If we're to leave a decent planet for our children, we need to decarbonise our economies much, much faster. Hi, I'm Robert Schrumpf, CEO and co-founder of Solar for Schools. Across the world, schools could avoid producing a whopping 50 million tonnes of carbon emissions a year by installing solar panels, the equivalent of removing 20 million cars from the road permanently. That in itself is impressive enough, but the additional savings from educating nearly 2 billion 5 to 19-year-olds around the world on how to live more sustainably, by enabling them to see firsthand how solar energy works, is even greater.
One of our strategic intents here really is about developing the children's responsibility for the environment and developing their understanding of sustainability in the broadest of sense. So having solar panels really is the start of that, not just about energy, but how we then encompass that in all of our curriculum.
Solar panels can go onto any roof where you've got use of electricity during the day, but what makes a school so special is that you do have that educational gain, and it's empowering young people to actually have that opportunity to have a say in their future and what it's going to look like.
I think every school in the country should have solar panels because it's renewable energy. A good thing about solar panels is that they're very clean and they won't harm the planet.
The big thing about education for sustainable development is it's motivational, and the knock-on effect for that with young people is that they feel part of their future. And I've seen children take over their learning, go beyond anything that you thought you were going to teach them, because once they're motivated and interested and excited, they go much further than you ever thought they were going to go.
We aim to provide the panels at no cost to the schools, as they're funded by investors who make sensible, long-term returns while doing good for society. We provide the tools and support to help schools make a solar project happen, from determining the most suitable size to raising the finance. Once installed, we provide key educational support and look after the system on behalf of the school and investors for 20 to 30 years. In exchange, we receive a small percentage of the funds raised from investors for the solar panels and an ongoing share of the revenues for each system.
We wanted to be environmentally friendly and also to cut costs as much as we could. Solar for Schools will take out a lot of the hassle of a project of this type. You can only benefit. We're going to save money, especially in the long term.
Although Solar for Schools is just over a year old, we already look after systems on nearly 50 schools in the UK. We've just signed up our first kindergarten in our second country, Germany, and we're receiving over a dozen new inquiries from schools every week.
If you go to Solar for Schools website, you can have a look at the graphs of every single school that's got solar panels so far.
To help even more schools go solar, we need to develop our internet platform further. The goal is to build a trusted platform bringing schools and investors together everywhere. Think of Crowdcube, but for solar on schools.
I've been involved in venture capital and private equity for the last quarter of a century. In the instance of Solar for Schools, there does seem to be considerable scalability. This appears to me to be an extremely interesting investment.
We're always on the lookout for very promising companies that will have a demonstrable carbon reduction impact. After a full evaluation of the business, we decided to invest in Solar for Schools, and we contributed half of the round that they closed in December 2015.
Please join us to help build the online platform that could enable over 1 million schools globally to go solar.